Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Tech Gamers World. In this video, we're going to take apart a Cisco Meraki wireless access point and figure out what's inside. Now this is a Cisco Meraki MR46 access point that has been dead for some time, so I figure why not use it to take it apart and learn about the internal workings of wireless access points. So stay tuned, click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's do this. Okay everyone, welcome back. So here we have a Cisco Meraki MR46 wireless access point. Let's go ahead and here and flip it over. As you can see, it's a Meraki MR46. Now this particular wireless access point was used by me in my personal residence up until recently when I replaced it with Wi-Fi 6 access points. And this particular device is no longer working. This was my spare. So instead of sending it back to Cisco for replacement, I figure why not rip it apart and learn about the internal workings of this particular wireless access point. So upon quick inspection, I do not see any screws holding this particular wireless access point together. It looks like the case is pressure fitted together on the top and the bottom, as you can see by the lines here. So, how are we going to get this open? I did some test poking at it before, and I figured out that if you stick something in here, we can probably just separate the top, and it should just pop off. So let's see what we can do here. This might be a little bit of trial and error. Yeah, it definitely looks like it's pressure fitted on. Aha, that was pretty easy actually. Let's continue here. Yep, I can see where you can see on the sides here where the holding it closed. If we pop these sides out, without hurting myself here, I should be able to, I'm just going to go ahead here and stick something in so that it does not pop closed. So I use one of my phone pry tools to keep it stuck open. Let's see what else we can do here. This one is a little bit difficult to open, like I figured it was going to be. Not surprised. Yep, this one is rather difficultly pressed together. Really sturdy construction, actually. Again, this is not a user serviceable piece of equipment, so that is why it is incredibly difficult to get apart here. Trying not to break it when I do this. Let's go ahead here and stick another piece inside. And let's continue along here. I almost feel like I could just split it. I don't want to break the circuit board. It looks like the circuit board's mounted on the top side. I can see it in here. So I'm wondering if maybe Yep, I can see where it's pressure fitted together. All right. Let's try on this side now. So this was the LED light. This is actually just a plastic cover, stick-on cover. But ironically, it's the same color. Oh, you know what? I definitely won't be sending this back to Cisco. Now, I'm sure if you had the correct tools, you could probably do this the right way. But since I don't, this is how I'm doing it. Man, I sure mangled this thing, didn't I? I feel like the part of the case really just wants to come apart. It just doesn't. Let's see here. I wonder if I get a larger screwdriver. I bet you I could stick it in there and pull it apart. So let's try that. All right, so I got my trusty magnetic screwdriver here. We're getting there, folks. Ah, there we go. It's able to separate most of the top from the bottom. Now, let's see. what's holding you together. Probably the other side being pressure fitted. All right. You know, I'm going to go at it this way. There's the heat shield beneath the There we go, almost got it. It's just a couple more tabs. Don't try this at home, folks. I'm a professional, though you wouldn't know it. Get a little bit of a better angle here. And there we go. Managed to separate the back from the front. So like I said, there were no actual screws that held this shut. It is pressure fitted on to all these spots. All right, let's rip this apart and see what's going on. All right, so now the first thing I need to do is take out the screws holding this, what looks to be a heat shield of some sort, or just metallic backing on. So let's go ahead and get those screws out. Kind of try a couple different ones here. Yeah, that was a lucky guess. Okay. So we will be using a T9 to get these two screws out. And put them to the side. Whenever you're working on electronics and you know you're not going to be using them anymore, it's always good to save the screws. You never know when you could need them for something else. All right, so let's see here. Something else holding this together. Got two over here. We'll take those in a minute. You know what, there's a standoff in here that's holding this up. Let's take this out. Now we're moving. All right, and we've got two more right here. Oh, there we go. Got this one almost free here. This one's stuck just a bit. There we go. So we've exposed the main board. Okay, so let's see what we're working with here. On the side here, you can see the RJ45 port for your network connectivity. Here is a reset button, the RJ45 port again, and a power cable adapter. This would be used if you do not have PoE providing power over Ethernet to this particular access point. We've got some various capacitors here. Going to go on a limb here and say that these are the various antennas. As you can see by the connectors here, those are usually symbolic of that. So let's go ahead now and see if we can get the board to come out. I'm actually working on this upside down, given that we'll go by where the Cisco name is. So let's see here. We've got a screw here. Not too much else, actually. I'm not seeing. So let's see if we can get this board to come out of here. Gonna have to change my bit here. Let's go ahead and switch to a Phillips head. This is a CR-V. So you always want to be careful, just so you know, with devices like this when you've exposed them, such as devices like this here, anything that holds a charge, hit those with your metallic object. You could fry the board in a minute. If you're lucky, you only would just fry that particular part, but you have to be super careful. All right, it looks like this board has come free. Gonna have to go ahead here and disconnect all these antenna wires here. Now you got to be super careful when you're doing this too. Same thing if you're ever working on a laptop, because if you do this, do it wrong, you're going to pull the lead out and you'll have to re-solder it, and it's not fun. There we go. Let's get into here. Yep. So we've got more printed circuitry on the back. We've got another block of antennas here and here and here, here, here. Now these are all for different ones, probably 2.4, 5. So pretty cool. Let's go ahead here and move that board, printed board, off. Zoom out a little here so you get a little better view. See if we can take out this board here and see where all these wires are going underneath. Should be pretty easy. All right, not a real lot holding this in. Okay, so that's pretty cool. There is the standoff here and connecting to what looks to be the base for the antennas here. So let's go ahead here and pop these out. So this is a pretty cool design. This is probably what helps give you the omnidirectional wireless capabilities that are inherent to Meraki wireless access points versus, say, a directional antenna. This is what helps. This metal is definitely an antenna, you can see, because the wires are connected straight to it. So to help you get, now I got some seriously good range with this particular model of wireless access points. The only thing I was not a fan of is it did not support Wi-Fi 6. But then again, for the average consumer or end user in a business or a home, that's okay because most devices don't support Wi-Fi 6 yet anyway. For example, if you're going to use an iPhone with a Wi-Fi 6, I think it's got to be a 13 or higher. Yep, as you can see, the various antenna wire, the leads are connected to this. So this is essentially acting as an antenna to give you omnidirectional capable wireless transmitting. And you can see it's probably doing the 2.4 and the 5 gigahertz based on where the different leads were going. So that looks like that's it for this device. This is a pretty well put together access point. I'll be honest about that. It was a little very difficult to get the case open. Now, again, like I said, you would not be doing this on your own. If something failed on your Meraki or Cisco access points, you're going to have either an active device license with Meraki or a Cisco SmartNet plan with any of your actual Cisco devices, so that in the event that one breaks, they'll usually just have you RMA it and send a new one right to you. Usually they'll send you the new one first and you RMA the old one in the same box the new one came in. So, hope everybody enjoyed this video. If there's anything anyone would like to see, as always, please click that like button and subscribe to the channel and make sure you enable notifications. And I will do my best to answer all comments and make videos about if there's something you would specifically like to see or you need help with from a technical point of view. So as always, hope everybody enjoyed this video. Have a great day, and I will see you around. Have a good one, everyone.